Hey guys, Mars Singing here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to take a look at the new side banner unit that is released with Super 17 over here on Global, and that is of course the physical Dr. GERO and Dr. MYUU. Now, I see a lot of people underrating this unit. Like, I didn't pull them on JP. When I summoned for Super 17, I managed to pull him. I tried to do some showcases, but my JP account not really up to snuff. I was missing like a ton of the units that you kind of want to run on his team, but I didn't pull them, so I didn't really get any personal experience with them. And then in the lead up to these units coming out to Global, I realized that like nobody really talks about them, and I have only really seen people saying bad things about them, which is kind of weird because I guess because a lot of their kit is kind of locked away. So I'll show you what I mean, right? So their super attack effect is they greatly raise defense for one turn, so 50%. That's a good super attack effect. They get attack and defense 150, additional attack and defense 100% when performing a super, so all good so far. Target Goku allies 1 key and 30% attack and defense, plus an additional 1 key and attack and defense 20% for target Goku allies for 2 turns when you pick up 3 or more orbs. So if you get 3 orbs, they're giving target Goku units 2 key and 50% on that turn, and then 1 key and 20% on the next turn as well, which is obviously very good. Then it says, when there is an enemy whose name includes Goku, seal all enemy super attacks if HP is 70% or more at the start of the turn, and then get an additional attack and defense 150% and guaranteed guard. Now, obviously, that's the part that people are unhappy about, right? Because the ceiling doesn't really matter, but getting an extra 150% attack and defense and guaranteed guard, that's obviously a very, very powerful ability, but it's locked behind fighting a Goku, which there are not many of, right, in terms of relevant events. Now, they did add missions for the Goku event, which we will be doing videos for. Although, are they actually on? They're on the Joined Forces one, because the other one is in Human Deeds, which they are not on. And funnily enough, I was today years old when I realised that apparently Dr. MYUU is not an android. So they're not on androids, which, I mean, I'm very public with my general overall disdain for GT, aside from Super Saiyan 4 and Super 17. So I genuinely did not actually realise that Dr. MYUU wasn't an android, which means that they don't actually get the 200% leader skill from STR-17. In fact, the only 200% team they're on is the STR Carnival Goku, because they're on Battle of Wits. And obviously they don't really fit very well on that team. So we're going to see how well they get on here when they're not fighting a Goku. So we have 122k defense. I mean, I guess straight away you can see that's where the problem is, right? We're not getting any support, however. I do need to make sure I get 3 orbs with them. So I'm just going to grab... I probably shouldn't put them in slot 1, but it's only 1 attack, right? As long as we don't get supered, which I'm sure they immediately will now. So we'll pick up 3 orbs. That you see everyone else's stats go up. So now they have 160, and GERO and MYUU have 131. And then they're going to get... Remember, they do get 100% on super, though. I need to not forget that. So they get 100% on super, so they jump up to 260. And then they do get a 50% buff from their super attack effect. I believe that's taken off of this 130, though, not the 260. So then that's going to put them up to, what, like 330-ish? Which is okay. But, I mean, against the Goku, that means that number's going to be closer to 500k, and they're going to have guard. So that is actually pretty good, right, against the Goku. And this is with 2 dupes. They've got a reasonable amount of link levels here. I've been link leveling. Obviously, you guys that were at my stream this morning where we did the summons, I streamed when the banner came out for a little bit and then had to go to work. So, of course he did. So I've been link leveling them throughout the day. So yeah, 168, okay. The friend 17s are 55%, same with mine. The friend one has been link leveling theirs. I think most of the links were in the range of like 3 to 5. And then my one is very similar to my MYUU and GERO, where most of the links are like 6, 7, and 8 at this point. So I have been using my keys like a lot less recently, mainly because my units' links have been leveling up at a really weird, like odd pace. So 3 million is their attack stat. Now bear in mind, they're not on the team to do damage. That's why if you did see the hidden potential, I can bring it up again on their next turn. I mean, technically I can bring it up on the next turn. I haven't given them any crit. I basically gave them full dodge and then put a little bit extra into additional. Because obviously if they do double super, they greatly raise their defense again, which will be pretty useful. But, I mean, they're a support unit here to provide support, and they don't need to deal damage, right? So they don't need to have a damage-orientated build. So, I guess for now, we'll just go ahead and do this. I'm going to grab some same type orbs, because I know we have the AoE phase coming up next. In fact, I might as well just go for a full heal. We don't have to worry about getting to 70% or less HP until turn 5 anyway, so I don't need to try and prioritise that sort of HP restriction for now. I did also bring GERO and 19 because they do link up fairly well. They share 3 links. I think they do have... Yeah, see, they have Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle, so they don't really get a ton of extra links that they're not already getting. In fact, they're getting all of those links from the STR-17. Because these guys have Scientist, which at level 10 gives 20% defense, but it's not really a link that you're going to see active, like, super often. Like, what does you don't have it. So what does Scientist actually do? Oh, sorry, who actually has it? Let's have a look here. Yeah, see, look who has this link. It's like no one. So, I mean, on some extreme teams, I guess you could have, like, the Toa units. This Toa is going to get an easy A this year with heroes. This one already has one. But, like, none of them are on target Goku. So it's not like these 2 units are, you know, really good when run together. So, so let us go ahead and do this. We want to make sure we're always getting 3 orbs of them so we can get the buff. And then remember, GERO and 19 are giving 40% support. So they have 131. They're going up to, what, 260. Did they have the same support on the previous turn? I guess they did, right? Because, yeah, we're looking at the same sort of numbers. So their numbers are not crazy. And this is the thing, right? If we were fighting a Goku enemy, their numbers would be significantly different. Now, because they don't stack at all, I guess I don't really have to go, like, multiple turns into this. So I do want to include a clip against a Goku enemy in this video, even though I probably will use them in the... although I guess, am I? Because I don't want to use the new 17 team for both of the Legendary Goku event missions, because obviously for people who didn't pull them, that doesn't really help you at all. So I was going to do the Inhuman Deeds one with the 17s, and then do joined forces with the with like a super team with like a bunch of Goku and Vegeta units. So this guy doesn't actually fit on either of those because he's not on Inhuman Deeds. So that is a little bit unfortunate. Let's go for you getting your super attack first, just in case he does AoE again. We did lose a decent amount of HP from that AoE though, so we are looking pretty good here in terms of getting the fusion with 17 on the next rotation. One thing I do want to experiment with in at least one of the videos I'm going to put out over the next couple of days with these guys and their team is running the rotation where we fuse one of these guys into Super 17, but then leave the other one and run them in slot 2. Because they share 6 links, and remember, they infinitely stack attack. So if we pair them up with a good slot 1 partner, like these guys could end up building to some pretty good numbers, and then once they've done their attacks, they obviously build up that dodge chance. So they definitely are much better defensively, like once they've actually gotten their attacks off. So I do want to try out that rotation a little bit. We shouldn't take too much damage on this turn, right? Yeah, look at that. Everyone just eating those hits. Let's go. But that also gives us the HP that we need. Now, do I want to fuse here? Because, I mean, we're not going to get... If we fuse here, Super 17 just kills. Although, let's see what Super 17 is going to look like on this turn with the support from GERO and Dr. MYUU, I guess. So, if we do... Let's grab those. Then we make sure we get our 3 orbs for GERO and MYUU. So then they are at, yeah, 131. It's pretty common. Now... Am I just getting confused? Oh, of course, I'm dumb. That's why, yeah, they're not androids. I already mentioned that. Somebody's probably put that in the comments. But yeah, GERO and 19 don't support them because they're not androids. Yeah, so I shouldn't have put them on the team. That's why we're not seeing a number higher than 131k. Do you give all allies support or just androids? Yeah, all allies. Okay, so we'll float him off on the next turn. I'm dumb. Alright, we'll float him off on the next turn, get them together. Actually, I think he's already floating, isn't he? So we'll try and get him round to the rotation so we can actually see the numbers with support. But Man, I do love Super 17 super attack animation. Hey, and we didn't kill. So that's actually good, because we get 2 more hits for our build-up. And then MYUU and GERO get to attack. So, I mean, 3 million, nothing too crazy, right? Like I say, they're not here to do damage. So, plus, I do love their super attack, right? All the different bad guys that have escaped from hell, various different characters that have been killed throughout the years of the show. I do think that is pretty cool. But this is where you start to run into problems with this team, right? Like, we can't fuse now with Super 17. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and then if GERO and 19 get super attacked in slot 1, they will absorb it, because I'm pretty sure this Frieza has a Key Blast super. His normal attacks, they might take some damage, but then they heal. Oh, they're not going to take damage anyway, thanks to the support from Hellfire 17, so that's good. And then, yeah, because I'm pretty sure, because he does the crazy finger beam thing, right? So I'm pretty sure this Frieza's super attack counts as a Key Blast. We're about to find out. Yeah, it does. Sick. Alright, so yeah, we'll eat that for breakfast. Num num num, thank you. Get a heal. 5.7 for the 17s. I mean, that stacking attack, they do be building up, so not too shabby. See, I wanted to see the turn with them support, but I also don't want the video to be super long, and we're not going to get this 17 back for another, like, 3 turns. Although I suppose if we can try and kill Frieza as quickly as possible, then that would be helpful, but so let's do this. We do get a bunch of hits in here with 17. Good thing 17 doesn't really need any key, right? Because then we can grab these, get our support. He's up to 241k now. And then let's do this. I suppose I probably should have tried to push the Dokkan attack here, but I guess ideally I don't want to kill him this turn and then just kind of very quickly end the next turn by like one tapping him, and then we'll be back to this rotation but with Hellfire 17. I guess the good thing about him not stacking is I only really need to show 1 turn of them against the Goku, and then we'll see what their numbers are, because it's not like their numbers change from turn to turn, right? Because they don't stack. I still can't believe I didn't know they were androids, and then obviously when I put the team together, I put GERO and 19 on there because they support androids, so they don't support them. Now, they don't absorb Key Blast super attacks, but they do have type advantage here. Yes, he's still 58k. Man, with Turles having that Goku family restriction thing as well, I really hope they bring out some new difficult event soon where you fight against Goku, because that's going to make this unit better. I mean, it makes 17 better because he wants to be fighting against a super type enemy anyway, and then it makes them better thanks to the thanks to that restriction. So alright, so we'll do this. Not exactly the best turn here, but, I mean, getting the Dokkan attack with GERO and 19, let's go. They actually work quite nicely for this part, at least, for slot 1, because they actually just can't take damage from his super attack. And then they are actually decent enough here to take double digits from normals, because they are getting the full 200% leader skill from STR17. So GERO and 19 actually looking pretty good on this team. It's just unfortunately, I did mention this in the Super 17 showcase, they are a detriment to Super 17 because they heal so much, which means that he's not going to be, it means getting to that HP threshold so that you can transform into Super 17 just becomes a lot more difficult. I guess it is what it is. So let's see. We'll finally get to see what their defense is looking like with support on this next turn. And then, yeah, we'll get to see what they look like against a Goku. And I will sub out GERO and 19. So let's see. They have 133. Wow, so they really didn't get that much. Wait, is that right? Am I missing something? Let me have a... Oh, it's because I haven't picked up the orbs yet. And I was checking their thing after I picked up the orbs, wasn't I? So let's do that. So we get the 3 orbs. Okay, so now with the support, they're at 142. So they get 100% on super. So that's putting them up to like 280. And then the 50% from their super comes off of this, right? So they're going up to about 350. So 350k defense. I mean, against the big red zone bosses, that is them getting absolutely incinerated. So that's why I've given mine full dodge. I mean, even if they double super, they're only going up to like 400k. So that's why, like, you can say, like, oh, you know, go full additional so they double super. But again, that means they're only going to be topping out at around 400k, and then they still die to, like, the big supers, right? So, interesting. So, I guess we can see their attack stats, since it's been a pretty stable 3 million for all of the previous turns. And they'll get a little bit of a boost here from the support. Look at that, 17 up to 8.3. And this is the friend. The friend is 55% and is like level 4 and 5 links. So, pretty decent. And then we get the additional super go up to 8.9. Yeah, man. Super 17 can be good. You just got to actually get Super 17 out. And the fact that even at the bare minimum it's turn 5. And in this run, yeah, see, look at that. The third super takes him up to 9.6. I mean, it's a good turn for him. So, but yeah, the fact that you're like bare minimum turn 5, and then in this run we actually haven't been able to transform the other 17, so that is pretty bad. And then what is their attack stat here? 3.29. I mean, again, they're not here to do damage, right? So it's all good. So we'll see how much damage they take here. I'm assuming it's going to be a normal, and it should be double digits, and then we will, yeah, we'll flip on over to a versus Goku stage. Okay, so here we are in the Goku event on turn 2. I haven't actually even looked at the menu yet, so we are... So now we're at 188. So it's not really a huge difference at the start of the turn. We do need to pick up their orbs as well, because remember, they are going to have guard. Oh, actually, I can't put them in slot 1, because we can't pick up 3 orbs. In fact, oh no, this is going to be annoying. Wait, this will drop the AGL one down, right? Okay, yeah, perfect. Alright, so we'll do that. Alright, so now we're at... Yeah, 196. And then remember, we're getting 100% on super. This is with them already having the extra 150%. And then they have guard. That 150% really doesn't feel like it makes a huge difference, right? We're at what, like 60k more than we were on the previous setup. So when they get their super here, they're going to be at like 400k. And there's the super attack effect as well. So around 450-ish. Close to 500 maybe at a peak, but that is with guard. So, but I mean, if we get like a super hard red zone that's like as hard as the like Broly, Metal Cooler Core, or even Sin, even with a Goku enemy, that means his super attack is probably going to be hitting for like, at this point we're going to be getting close to like 2 million damage. Them having like 500k defense and guard is not really enough, right? They're still going to be taking a pretty significant amount of damage. So if we do get a significantly hard Goku boss, they probably are still going to be taking a fair bit of damage from him. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down below of GERO and MYUU. I guess I can see why people were kind of hard on them. They're definitely not very viable for like the most difficult bosses. I mean, it's like a lot of things, right? As long as they don't get hit with a super, then they are providing support, which is good. And the off-rotation support is definitely very helpful. But yeah, overall, they're definitely not the craziest unit. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.